Good afternoon, ladies and members of the press. First of all, I would like to give you my husband's greetings and express his deep regrets that he cannot be here himself this afternoon. As you may know, he and Senator Montgomery flew to Southern California yesterday to establish a special task force to provide relief for the thousands of residents afflicted by the earthquake last week. I hope that you will therefore make allowances for me delivering his intended address upon such short notice. I've been asked to speak to you today on the subject of volunteerism. It is a subject with which many of you I know are familiar, since the League of Women's Voters operates primarily on a volunteer basis. Volunteerism is a concept that is pivotal to the Montgomery Erskine philosophy of self-help. The League of Women's Voters can provide the leadership needed to develop the national community. And as a nation, we must learn to tap into the most precious resource of the individual, his initiative. Now, what we are seeking is a balance. Oh dear, just a moment, please. I'm missing that is, I don't seem to have. I'm missing some of the pages. Let me see if it's in my satchel. How much time do I have left? Well, we were speaking of volunteerism. Perhaps if I just speak about my own experiences with volunteerism. You know, if there is any issue of my husband's campaign that I feel qualified to address, it is this one. In the memoir Hitch 22, author Christopher Hitchens states, "You notice how the denial is so often the preface to the justification. Often, that denial goes unnoticed until it is too late. Everyone has their breaking point, but if you're in a healthy relationship, it should be practically impossible to reach." Second Lady, by M. Kilburg, Reedy. Well, you know, I have done a good deal of volunteer work during my career. Do you know that I met my husband while we were both working as volunteers for a local political campaign? So you see, volunteer work can be very rewarding. There are a few rare people you meet in your life who make you stretch to reach your full potential. Joseph is such a person. He's very sweet. He says that I have a good mind and I ought to have more faith in myself. He says that I am the most intelligent woman he knows. Besides his sister. You know, I don't know how they keep such straight faces in these photos. I really don't. Republicans will do it more than Democrats. You know, the first time Joseph ran for public office, he was defeated. I remember his sadness and his anger, but mostly I remember his gratitude to me. I think I loved him more than I ever have when he lost that election. You know, it was only yesterday afternoon that I was told I would be flying to Philadelphia to speak to you. When I asked him what I could talk about on such short notice, he gave me this speech. It is a speech that Irene wrote for him a few weeks ago. His sister is another matter. However, I'm afraid that I find it more difficult to admire a woman who has qualities I lack than to admire a man with those same qualities. Isn't that funny? Competition, I suppose, though, of course, a sister, after all, a sister is hardly the person to compare yourself with. Now, Irene is a lovely person, really just lovely, but terribly articulate. Maybe that's just something litigators have in common. Both she and Joseph started out as litigators. They seem to communicate through this special sort of shorthand that makes their conversations go like lightning, you know, back and forth, back and forth. I'd call it rude, except that by now I'm sure Joseph doesn't even realize he's doing it. I'm sure it doesn't occur to him that I can't keep up with the two of them. All the same, I find it difficult to excuse in her the gift of expressing herself the way that I forgive it in him. What's the matter? Are you bored? Am I boring you? You know, if you're bored, you can leave it, and take your friends with you. They look boring too. Yes, would all the boring people in the room please leave? The rest of us are here to have a good time. Hey, no photos? I was told there would be no photos until after my address. Oh my God, I didn't mean to say that. You have really all been such a lovely audience, really very, very attentive. I don't care why you've listened to me, I really don't. If only I had someone, just someone. I have tried very hard to give him what he needs. I have tried to be passionate and responsive and imaginative and you must know what I mean. Being women, you know, a woman's love is different from a man's. And women snip away, you see. They shred each other in a way that men never do. Irene herself has said to me how destructive the jealousy of one woman for another can be, and she's right, of course. There is no one I can talk to. Joseph won't talk about things like this. He says that there is nothing wrong with our relationship. And you know, I even tried to talk to Irene about it once. God, I have tried and tried to be her friend. It would make me that much closer to him. Maybe if I knew what she knows or thought what she thinks, then maybe I could finally understand him. Irene was in California last week. One of the thousands of unrecovered bodies. And he has gone to look for her. And I thought to myself, I hope she's dead. Please, please, if she's dead, then maybe you could finally love me. And I saw him staring at me, and I knew I had said those words out loud. His eyes. She is worth 100 of you, he said. And he loves her, you see, in a way that he could never love me. In every way, she is the only woman worthy of him. I will never be as perfect or as pure as she is because I'm just this woman that he has sex with. Oh my God, I didn't mean to say that. Please, please, I was up all night. I lost the speech. Please, no photos! The election, they'll drop him from the ticket because of me. I loved you most when you lost the election. I never felt closer to you.